Fuck, stop. Yo, he's going mad. Is that queso? Oopsie. It's black. Oh. Schedule 1 is a game about selling drugs, and so I decided to do the exact opposite. Question is it possible to beat this game without selling any drugs at all? Since Schedule 1 is an extremely open-ended game, there isn't really a clear way of beating it. So I made up a couple of rules. Well, just 2 actually. We cannot sell any drugs. Thank you. Literally any other way to make money is allowed. That includes, but isn't limited to, cleaning up the environment. I always thought that these would be dildos. Grabbing generous donations. Right, I'm good at this, watch this. Selling legal items to the pawn shop. Gambling. And lots of pain. My end goal? A golden skateboard, a house, and 10k in online balance. Yo, you still here? Good, let's get this started. My first and main way of making money was by picking up all sorts of trash, which, yeah, was a pretty repetitive task, and not a great one to begin with. $20! Although it was tedious, it ended up being the most reliable way to get that green paper, since NPCs didn't always have loot on them. But when they did, I would gladly take their belongings, or fail miserably trying. Yo, he's going mad, bro! I didn't think a fucking father would do that. It wasn't just cash they carried either. Sometimes, other questionable items showed up too.
Horse semen?
Those items? We can sell them at the pawn shop. Run by our good old friend, Mike. Mick? M. The more stuff we've got, the more money we can squeeze out of them. But there's a twist. If we throw out counteroffers too often or aim too high, Michael's temper spikes, and he will show us just how mad he is. Good thing his wife-beating skills are no match for a bald power. However, if we blind him, he'll be out of commission for the rest of the day, which is kinda counterproductive if we haven't sold anything yet. Which brings us to our final method of making money.
Gambling!
May I present to you the casino. It opens every day of the week after 4 p.m. and offers games like blackjack, ride the bus, and slot machines. In other words, the perfect excuse to throw in your life savings, your parents' pension, and your daughter's future. All the money we have collected so far is going in here, and with just the right amount of luck, we either go big or die. Personally, I would rather go with the first option. With our methods of making money finally out of the way, I wanted to demonstrate just how fragile and time-consuming the whole process really is. Every failed pickpocket attempt usually led to a legal amount of violence. Or worse, the police. It was especially painful when our donor had a generous amount to offer. Anyway, after about an hour of breaking good, we finally made our first investment. The golden skateboard. It's hella fun to use and somehow faster than every single car on the road. Now imagine the possibilities with proper skateboard mechanics like in Tony Hawk. That will be insane, man. I would also like to introduce you to this strange phenomenon. Apparently, the citizens of Highland Point have the ability to teleport at will. A rather interesting thing to witness. And hey, who said throwing someone into the water isn't upstanding citizen behavior? Same goes for knocking out a shop owner because they failed to give me a Coke. Meanwhile, Doris just stood there silently, side-eyeing the whole situation. You didn't see anything. My personal highlight? Watching cars randomly leap into the air and perform backflips every now and then. We can be so simple, huh? Chinese SpongeBob. Bing chilling. Oh yeah, dude. Oh my god. Yes. Fantastic. His smile and optimism? Gone. After 4 hours of hard labor, we finally bought the house and checked off our second goal. 4 hours. And we still need 10k in online balance. At this point, I would honestly rather just gamble. And just like in real life, with the right amount of luck and a pile of savings, we eventually made it here. A rather satisfying end of this challenge. It took me about 6 hours in total to get to this point, and trust me, showing footage of me picking up trash for half the time isn't exactly peak entertainment. But hey, If you ever feel like doing this challenge yourself, please don't. But if you do, I wish you the best of luck. Thanks for watching, and I will see you around. Run by our good Run by our good old Run by our good old friend. Oh my god. Run by our good old Run by our good old Run by our good old friend. Run by our good old friend. Good old friend. Run by our good old friend. Heilige Scheiße, Digga. Which is kinda counterproductive, oh my god.